The black-eyed bastard knew that when my blade stilled the Empress's heart and delivered her daughter to the Lord Regent's men, everything would fall to pieces. He watched me do it anyway. And now the world's gone mad. Plague grinds the city down. Corruption rots. A mad killer roams the streets by night, seeking revenge. The overseers have stormed my hideout in the flooded district. And I'm in a strange duel with a mad witch named Delilah for the fate of the Empire. I'd say I was being punished, but I know that the world doesn't punish wicked people. We make our choices and take what comes. And the rest is void. I can't say I wasn't warned. The men are recovering well from the attack, but they don't understand the danger they're in. My mother warned me never to make an enemy of a witch. Corvo, here to settle our debt. You understand, I won't make this easy for you. What is it?
Thomas has returned with the information you requested. He's waiting for you below.
Just a nightmare. But with morale already low amongst the other whalers, he couldn't afford another reason for them to call him soft. He knew what they were saying about him. Ever since the overseers came and Billy left, they too had begun to question Daud's strength and resolve. But enough of that for now. He had work to do. Delilah was still out there, and he was done waiting. He'd sent Thomas, his new second-in-command, out on a mission, but he'd returned and was waiting below.
I found Lizzie Stride. Getting her to lend us her boat will be a bit complicated, however. She's in Coldridge. From what I hear, they've got enough on her to hold her for about 1,000 years.
Coldridge. We can use this. We'll get her out. And Stride will have to pay back the favor. We'll have our transport.
Yes, sir. Your tools have been cleaned and placed in the chest over there. I'll wait here until you're ready to leave.
Lizzie Stride was the leader of the Dead Eels, one of Dunwall's gangs. They often fought with the Hatters. Well, who didn't? All Daud needed was her boat to get to the Brigmore estate, since the journey was long and the best access was via the river.
Taking prisoners is exactly the sort of thing I'm talking about.
You don't have to remind me. It's Billy's doing that the overseers found us. That wasn't Daud.
Daud should have caught it. And now witches? He's not the man he was.
Quiet. You're going to get us killed.
Daud. Ever vigilant, I see. Are we leaving soon to Brigmore?
Interesting times, gentlemen. Overseers in the flooded district. Witches abroad in the city. Traitors in the ranks. I'd be nervous too. Then I'd remember who killed the Empress in Dunwall Tower and came out untouched.
They say he let Rothwild live. Is Daud getting soft?
Rothwild's not coming back anytime soon. You should spend more time thinking about your form.
Anytime you think I'm a little soft, you're welcome to come by my office. Bring a blade.
Before leaving, Daud wandered around his hideout, showing his face. He caught some of his men voicing their doubts about him, so he reminded them that he was still very much in charge.
Is it time to go, sir?
Delilah doesn't leave Brigmore Manor anymore. She doesn't have to. Which means I have to come to her. The manor's upriver, far out past the quarantine line. I'll need a ship. I've lived in Dunwall's underworld a long time. I know the players, gang leaders, madams, corrupt officials. But what I need is a smuggler who knows the river, someone I can trust. It's a reflection of Dunwall, or perhaps myself, that after all these years, the best choice I have is Lizzie Stride. And Lizzie Stride is in jail.
Coldridge, the infamous prison opposite Dunwall Tower. Very few had escaped. Most recently was Corvo Tano, the Lord Protector. Since then, the guards had become more vigilant, setting up more of Sokolov's inventions, but it still wouldn't be enough to stop Daud. His scouts had learned that an overseer was en route to the prison to investigate an anomaly. This overseer was kidnapped and stripped of his uniform, which Daud now wore. He would walk right through the front door.
We sent for you hours ago.
There was a problem with the waterlock.
Fine. Listen up. The incident took place in the interrogation room. Cross the yard and keep going straight. Anything else is off limits. Understand? Don't go exploring. Don't speak to the prisoners. We're not here to listen to you preach. Don't forget you're in Coldridge now, not the Abbey. We asked you here for one reason.
I'll be gone before you know it.
Is this another Sokolov invention?
It's because
I'll be careful.
He didn't know what to expect in the interrogation room, but it wasn't this. A charred corpse sat in the interrogation chair, whilst vines and giant tree roots had destroyed the rest of the room.
Is she strapped in right? Good. Doesn't look like much, does she? Comfortable? Alright, we'll get this done. Let's start with how you got into Dunwall Tower in the first place. Was it one of the servants that let you in? One of the guards? Nothing? Alright. Corporal, use the hammer. That's right. The smaller one. Can't really tell if she felt that. Don't want to break anything. Let's try again. How did you... Wait. You hear a kind of ringing in your ears? What's happening to her face? Is she going to... Oh no! Oh no! Shoot her! Shoot her!
He didn't know how, nor why, but this had to be Delilah's doing. The audiograph explained little else, only that this witch was found in the tower. Daud guessed Delilah had killed the witch to keep her quiet from whatever mission she had been sent on. Nevertheless, Daud had other business. He needed to find Lizzie Stride. He would have to revert to his tried and tested tactics of sticking to the shadows. The cells were off limits to visitors, even to overseers.
Lizzie Stride. She's in rough shape.
He found Lizzie in cell C-28. Unlike the other prisoners, she had been restrained at the back of her cell in stocks. She looked awful, half-conscious and covered in bruises. This could slow things down. But among the prisoners was a familiar face. Arnold Timsch gripped his cell bars, demanding his freedom. Even now he refused to accept his fate, threatening the guards with prison time instead. But just like the other inmates, he was ignored.
Let me out!
You're forgetting about
out
the
of here!
evidence.
This controls all the cell doors.
Retracing his steps to the interrogation room, he went upstairs to find the control room. Here he could open individual cells. He opened Lizzie's and went to free her.
Wake up, Lizzie.
I'm not telling you shit. Wait, who?
Down.
Is that right? Whoever sent you, I'll pay double.
I've come to break you out. You can owe me the favor.
What kind of favor?
Doesn't matter. You'll be dead in another day here.
What kind?
It's just a boat trip. Upriver. Past the blockades.
Then you're out of luck. My boat, the Undine, now it belongs to someone else. My second-in-command double-crossed me and took it. A little shit named Edgar Wakefield.
It's a situation I'm familiar with. Can you walk?
Get me out of this damn thing and I'll fly. I can pay you to get rid of Wakefield.
It'll be my pleasure. Come on.
I'll just get my tiara. It'll undo the shackles. Down. I think I...
I'll have to carry her out.
Carrying her out was easier than Daud expected. The guards were on edge, but there were still many places to hide. Blinking through the open main gates, Daud then descended the staircase to the dried up moat below. He met his men through the old sewer entrance. Mission accomplished.
She's beaten, but not dead. See that her wounds get attention.
It will be done. All quiet, sir. Ready to go.
Let's go.
He had Lizzie, but still needed her boat. That was in the hands of her old second-in-command, Edgar Wakefield. He'd lost count of the amount of times he'd dealt with the gangs of Dunwall, but since the plague had struck, they'd only gotten more violent, more desperate to get their hands on the dwindling resources and supplies. Daud would have to be careful who he crossed. If you enjoyed today's tale, please leave a like and share it with your friends. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss what happens next.